even under the most frightening market conditions, and he's referring to the terrible information from the economy and finance and the stock market, when it should have made that move. Now, everybody's entitled to opinions. And I got to start this off by saying these guys are chartists, and every time that they've made a decision, they've been wrong. All the chartists, wavists, and cyclists have been wrong over and over and over. And some of them know the game is rigged, but they do it anyway. And I don't think gold's going to $700 an ounce. If today's reaction was anything, I think that was pretty strong when it bounced off the 200-day moving average. Incidentally, that support level at 200-day moving average is 858 to 868 per ounce of gold. So that is the support level that we are in. In fact, gold's up 18.30 right now, and silver's up 26 cents. And that area might be tested again. You never know. Might be tested 4 or 5 times. You never know. But gold went up and silver went up very effortlessly today. And I would suppose that they'll be higher tomorrow. Now, if we were to gain another $15 or $20 tomorrow, it might be a good indication that we're going to start moving back up over 900 again. On the other hand, if it falters and get down and it tests the 858, 68 level, that's not unusual. It's possible. But I think with the market weak, the general market, and commodities starting to come off a bit, copper looked like it was going to be off about 10 cents today. And early on it was off this morning at 4. It was off 6 pennies to 214. So there might be some disintermediation. There might be a move from commodities, or some commodities, over into gold and silver. From the very onset today, at 4 a.m., they were banging the heck out of oil. Oil early was down 210 at 48.23. And when I see a price here, I'll tell you where it ended. That was 48.23. So you might have money coming out of those venues into gold and silver. That's possible. But anyway, I don't think it's going to 700. There's no reason for it to go there. I don't even think the government wants it there. I think they're just happy having it under $1,000. And they know ultimately it's going to be broken. And so they're prepared to live with that. They're not dumb. And so I don't see that kind of a downside. You got to remember, they already took it down for 1,000. And the fact that it didn't break 1,000 has nothing to do with whether it's going to 700 or not. I mean, totally illogical thinking. And very often, people who manage money and people who talk about money like to be different so they can attract attention. And they come out with these decisions, not based on reality sometimes, but basically on their pocketbook. And so I guess we're going to slide into a mid-time commercial here, my dear.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We have about a minute left. I haven't heard the music or the warning yet, but, it's true, Bob. People have become addicted by that instant gratification, and it comes all the way down to their investments. If for some reason their investment doesn't, have that instant, 20% increase, people aren't happy with it. People don't know how to sit on the sidelines and wait. There's no patience anymore.
right.
It's so important that they do that now.
Well, I see people from time to time selling their gold and silver investments, so don't you? And they make a tragic mistake.
Yeah. We'll be back. We'll be back right after.
I see it over and over again. Especially when you knew they're innocent.
Security. National security, Bob. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. You're listening to Financial Survival. And yes, it is brought to you by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. Keep those coins, folks. There's a lot of things going on. And just because it's not happening at our time frame and our time schedule doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. 800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. And if you would like a complimentary issue, you give us a call on the 800 number. And, Bob, tell us about the International Forecaster.
The Forecaster is about business, finance, economic, social, and political issues all over the world. We publish on Wednesdays and Saturdays via email. It runs around 35 or so pages each time. And we have a hard copy that goes out via mail twice a month as well for those who are not on the Internet. And if you'd like to see our site, that address is theinternationalforecaster.com. The International, Forecaster.com. And if you'd like to email a question to us, that address is bob@intforecaster.com. bob@intforecaster.com.
1-800-375-4188 for a complimentary issue to the International Forecaster. And first-time subscribers, you can earn a free subscription to the International Forecaster by giving us a call and purchasing some $20 gold pieces. 800-375-4188. Good time to pick up some of the coins. Prices have come down with a small pullback that we've had in gold, or a large pullback that we've had in gold. And so they've corrected some. A lot of the excess premiums are coming out at up to 64 $20 liberties. Even though we've had this pullback, they're actually continuing to rise. So in an interesting situation, along with the 63 liberties, they came down just a fraction, but the 64 libs are still rising. So very limited supply. So give us a call at 800-375-4188. Did you finish your questions, Bob?
Yes, I did.
This is from Gary. He understands that state sovereignty does not go as far as succession, but 20 states have attained sovereignty over the federal government since February. While this appears to be a very positive move towards our freedom and independence, keeping the Fed out of the state's business, could there be a sinister plan beneath this? Or is this something that is actually good for us?
Well, I don't know of any such plan. So this is actually good for us. If you read the 10th Amendment, which is not very lengthy, the essence of it is that all the powers not delegated to the federal government are hereby given to the states. It's as simple as that. And the states have, during particularly the last 50 years, have made no effort to preserve their rights. They've allowed the federal government to usurp what they've done via Congress, via the courts, as well as executive order. It's got to stop. And this is a movement in that direction. We'll probably end up with 45 or so states declaring sovereignty. But in fact, if they want to, they can secede from the Union. They can do that unilaterally. And if things continue the way that they are, there's a chance that that could happen. So it's a very powerful movement.